All right, let's just dive right into it. Welcome to This Explainer, where we are looking at the two undisputed titans of the mid-size sedan market. If you're currently hunting for a reliable, super efficient, and surprisingly dynamic daily driver, chances are you've narrowed it down to these two absolute legends. Today, we're putting their 2026 hybrid offerings head-to-head. Our goal? To help you declare a definitive winner for your own driveway. Look, I know what you're probably thinking. Everyone and their mother is buying an SUV right now, right? But practical buyers know the incredible, really unbeatable value of a mid-size sedan. And for 2026, the stakes have literally never been higher. Toyota just made a massive move by turning the redesigned Camry into an all-hybrid lineup, which directly challenges the Accord's highly sought-after hybrid option. So which of these iconic vehicles truly reigns supreme? To figure that out, we're going to evaluate these machines across 6 crucial rounds. We've got power and performance, the fuel economy battle, cabin comfort and space, tech, safety and style, pricing and value, and finally, the final verdict. Let's kick things off with round 1, power and performance, the tale of the tape. It's fascinating how different their mechanical philosophies actually are. With the Camry, you're getting a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder paired with Toyota's legendary hybrid system. That pushes out up to 232 total horsepower if you opt for all-wheel drive, which, by the way, is a massive exclusive advantage if you live in a colder climate. The Accord, on the other hand, counters with a 2.0-liter setup producing 204 horsepower and a really hefty 247 pound-feet of torque. But here's the kicker. The Accord uses a direct drive unit that functions almost entirely like an EV, even though it remains strictly front-wheel drive. And this right here proves that horsepower literally isn't everything. Despite having less power on paper, the Accord uses that higher instant torque to hit 60 miles per hour in a hair-raising 6.7 seconds. Independent testing actually puts it a tenth of a second faster than the all-wheel drive Camry. Honda definitely gives the Accord a slight edge in off-the-line quickness, delivering this engaging, virtuoso ride that genuinely caters to people who just love to drive. Okay, moving on to round 2, the fuel economy battle, sipping the distance. So both cars are incredibly efficient, obviously, but a clear leader emerges when you look at the raw EPA estimates. The Camry's lighter weight, plus those smaller, more aerodynamic 16-inch wheels on the base LE trim, give it an undeniable advantage across the board. I mean, even an all-wheel drive Camry at 50 combined mpg beats the absolute most efficient Accord EXL, which tops out at 48 mpg. But the real showstopper, the Camry LE achieves a staggering 51 combined miles per gallon. That sets the absolute benchmark for fuel sipping in its class, definitively winning the fuel economy round. If your main goal is to avoid the gas station like the plague, Toyota absolutely takes the crown here. Let's step into round 3, cabin comfort and space, room to breathe. When it comes to interior volume, Honda has a clear-cut advantage. Yes, the Camry updated its cabin for 2025 with excellent premium materials and a super quiet ride. But the Accord, it's basically a masterclass in clean, functional, massive space. It gives you almost 3 extra inches of rear legroom, measuring 40.8 inches compared to the Camry's 38. That is a huge deal for adult passengers in the back seat, making the Accord feel noticeably larger and airier. And it's not just about passenger space either. To put that 16.7 cubic feet of cargo volume into real-world perspective, because honestly, what does that number even mean? The Accord's cavernous trunk can literally swallow 7 full-size carry-on suitcases with the seats up. Drop those rear seats, and it fits 20. It's the undisputed champion of cargo in this matchup, handling golf clubs, groceries, and luggage without even breaking a sweat. Now, wrapped around those interiors are 2 completely polar opposite design languages. The Camry brings this bold, aggressive, hammerhead shark presence that is super punchy and modern. Meanwhile, the Accord leans into a much more premium, understated class. It's got this sleek, fastback silhouette that looks incredibly sophisticated. Styling is totally subjective, but it's a really stark contrast in personality. Next up is round 4, tech and safety, the digital showdown. The great news here is that both vehicles tie on essential safety. You are incredibly well protected, whether you're relying on Toyota Safety Sense or Honda Sensing. They both feature collision mitigation, lane departure alerts, and adaptive cruise control. So your choice really boils down to the tech interface. Do you prefer the camera's available head-up display, which brilliantly projects your speed and navigation right onto the windshield? Or do you lean towards the Accord's Touring's native Google built-in, which gives you seamless Google Maps and Assistant directly in the dashboard without ever plugging in your phone? It's a true toss-up based on your own digital habits. Moving right along to round 5, pricing and value. The bottom line. Since the 2026 Camry went hybrid only, you might naturally assume its base price shot way up. Actually, scratch that. The narrative flips completely when we look at the numbers. The Camry LE starts at a really accessible $29,300. But to get into a hybrid Accord, which starts at the Sport trim, you're looking at $34,990. The Camry just consistently offers a significantly lower entry price across the board. In fact, if we look at the absolute top-tier trims, the fully loaded Camry XSE comes in at $35,700, compared to the Accord Touring's $40,645. That means the top-of-the-line Camry is an impressive $3,795 less. That makes Toyota the clear winner for sheer, undeniable value for your dollar. And here we are, round 6, the final verdict, making your choice. Let's break it all down. The Camry is hands down your ultimate champion if your lifestyle demands unbeatable fuel efficiency, hitting that crazy 51 mpg mark. It's also the only choice here if you absolutely need the safety and grip of all-wheel drive for snowy winters. And for sure, it's the winner if you want maximum value and the lowest entry price, all while enjoying a famously smooth, isolated, and incredibly quiet ride. But on the flip side, the Accord takes the crown if you're the one hauling friends, family, and a ton of luggage. You'll absolutely need that class-leading passenger space and cavernous trunk. It's also the clear choice if you genuinely love driving. Its snappy acceleration and connected steering will put a smile on your face every time you get behind the wheel. Add in that sleek styling and the brilliant Google built-in tech, and the Accord is just a remarkably premium package. So, you've got to ask yourself, are you optimizing for value, efficiency, and winter weather traction? Or do you crave engaging driving dynamics and sprawling interior space? The real question is, as sedans get this incredibly advanced and efficient, is there truly any reason left to compromise by buying a bulky SUV? No matter which heavyweight you choose, both represent the absolute pinnacle of the modern hybrid sedan. For more, visit our website, Fair's Solution.